Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to VR Master League Channel 1 as we continue to stream this 3v3 tournament. This is a semi-finals match, second semi-finals match of the day. We just about half an hour ago saw the conclusion of the first semi-finals match there. It was Origin versus Team LMAO, and it was Team LMAO in 2 rounds able to take that victory and secure their spot in the finals. So this is the second one, and the winner of this match will go on to face the aforementioned LMAO. So on the stream, I'm Palidore, casting and camming this one. And this right here is Wonder Teamhan on the screen. One of the organizers here for this 3v3 tournament. There are 14 teams participating overall, and winding it down here now for this second semifinals match. Wonder Teamman alongside T2, Burnsy, and Stoompa organizing this tournament here. And then, yeah, reached out to us here and to me here at VRML to cast this one, and happy to do it. So shout out to Wonder and T2, Burnsy, and Stoompa, of course. Shout out also to our great sponsors for VRML in ProTube VR, VR Cover, Rebuff Reality, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net, as well as our newer sponsors as of this last month or so and going into next season of VRML, which starts January 4th, by the by. But our new sponsors in Asterion Products and HyperX, of course, and we are hyper excited to have them on board and to have this stream about to be underway. So in this match here, we have MITW, which is to say Mexicans in the water, as I was informed. Kind of a play off of the Mexicans in the Mist VRML team from last season and going into this next season of VRML. And they're facing off against Rinnegan. So for MITW, it was a roster of, or is a roster of Laxi, Duke Tygarbs, and Creamy Sodi. Not quite sure if Creamy is maybe a sub or not, just because see, on the rosters it was Pi as a third member. I know there's a sub allowance here, so it could be substitute. But either or, coming in to play here today, and then on the blue team, Minty, Boggy J, and Dragon. That is their full 3-man roster. I wonder over there in the Twitch chat confirming that Creamy is a sub and something is a Naruto reference. I'm assuming Rinnegan? Yeah. Or MITW. I said I was gonna Google Rinnegan, but I didn't. So I'm not sure what that's a reference to, unless it is a Naruto thing. But, alright, that said, round 1 looking like it's about to start. Teams starting to get into their tunnels and ready up, at least one ready underway. Hello to Death Toller, by the by, stopping by in the Twitch chat there. Welcome to the stream, once again. Oh, and I'm just realizing, so the on end of the last stream, I was calling out people who followed the channel. One of them, I read wrong at the time. It's I Naruto. I think at the time I said thank you to Inaruto or something like that is what I said. I didn't realize it said I Naruto. Yeah, that would make sense. Probably one of the Rinnegan players in that case. But yeah, so that solves that. I guess, not that it was a problem, but either or, Rinnegan then. Come again, Rinnegan. Alright, so good luck and have funs coming in from the teams in the pub comms, which I actually had muted for the Twitch, but there we go, I'll turn it on, or turn it off. See, Not Keegan also following the channel. Well, thank you, and welcome also to the stream. That said, both teams ready, here we go. This is the second of 2 semi-finals matches here in this 3v3 tourney dedicated to Zodiac and Cloudy from the community. So over on out to Minty off his first joust. That's going to take a bounce off the corner. Nearly goes into the goal for that first shot off of that. They'll still have an attempt here, crossing it over right below, but too low to reach. Couldn't quite play the limbo game, unfortunately, so now that shot will be slung out, that clear rather, into the bubble. Another little bounce, another rebound. Creamy, though. Gets his bell rung just a bit. And that clear just past the hands of... who was that? Boggy. So Boggy trying for the assault, but a good pass over here to the top of the ceiling. Creamy is going to reset that out to Duke. So Duke, Tygarbs, trying to send another one over. These teams trying to stabilize a little bit, find that passing rhythm if they can. You know, sometimes it takes a few minutes to warm up into that. That said, the boost, pretty warm already. I mean, coming in with some heat and sending it right back through the tunnel. And back again, perhaps. So... just struggling to collect this and trying to organize that disc just a bit. Dragon with the collection, but the deflection off of Duke's head, I do believe there. Diving out. Hello to Judah as well as AXN there. And right there, it's a Dragon shot. For the 2 points, Rinnigan up first. And just finally, after about a minute and a half of play, able to get the first goal. A lot of back and forth cross court, the full length of the arena. Wonder's saying MITW and Rinnigan both did very well in their previous games. Yeah, Wonder was mentioning in that last stream as well how a lot of these matches among these 14 teams participating had gone to 3 rounds. So let's see if that is the case for this one. In fact, I think he said all of them except for, well, 2 now after that last match, but otherwise, oh, good stunt from Boggy. Definitely bogged him down with a good fist of fury to deny what would have been a pretty good attempted drive at the goal, it looked like. Nonetheless, a rough bounce will go to Minty. And Minty swirling around and getting the clear right on through again. So now a 3-point shot with no hesitation. It's Boggy J with a Boggy aim. Boggy A? Well, anyway, 5-0. So 2 goals in the last minute or so for Rinnigan. So as Orange Team, MITW here, launches out and tries to organize which way is which in this 3v3 tournament, trying to cover each side of the floor. But unfortunately for them, it will go back to Minty and Rinnigan. Maybe another attempt at the offense here as they come on through. So Duke taking the grab here. Gonna send it right back out the midline. And now that's gonna bounce, actually. Has a good chance. That would have been a really nice hit, but will just be clear instead. That gets intercepted. Now up to the midfield, taken in by Laxi. Laxi just working up the floor now. Uncontested momentarily. And now just a quick juke, a pass over, but the anchor a bit tough on that. Also here, let me, for my own concentration, just mute the comms a bit just because of the mic buzzing there. But anyway, over to Duke Tygarbs on the ceiling, inverting himself and really making it a struggle for Boggy to compensate on the defense. So on that, the drive and the goal, just barely getting it through the mitts of Mint. Minty not happy, but will be the 2-point play for MITW. So finally getting that water to splash for Mexicans in the water. So we'll be launched out now. First offensive joust. And Rinnigan looking for a shot. Oh, look at the backboarded play in no time at all from Boggy J. 8-2, and that was a thing of beauty, must say. See, also Lufu hopping in the Twitch chat again here, saying money is on Rinnigan just because Minty was cool by being in the chat. Yeah, we saw a lot of players playing in the last match here in the chat as well. Stopping by Aiden and Hanavelli. At the moment, another turnover going to Minty and Rinnigan now down the field. So Boggy J, again, no hesitation on that. And this time just narrowly missing, but you can see Boggy definitely feeling feeling good. You know, a little bit of a heat check there, if nothing else. Perhaps a hot hand developing, but off that missed shot, just past the hands of Boggy, but Dragon will still be there for the recovery. So talk about hot, talk about fire. Well, maybe some fire-breathing dragons here if had that shot gone in, but we'll just bounce a few different ways. Alaxi going to tap it over to Creamy Sodi. And Creamy with, who's a Duke there attached, and nothing really happening there except a turnover. So Minty once again playing that back line. And we're trying to recover. The Dragon now slapping it on through. You can just see that midfield being held together by Dragon a little bit, trying to brawl. Giving enough time at the very least for Boggy to get the recovery. So Boggy sends it over to Dragon, but Dragon has it stolen. That's the word I'm looking for. I almost said save 2 different times for some reason. In any case, Boggy J with the takeaway, the just juke past that Duke on the stacks very, very quick. But you know what? Second attempt, you got to hand it to MITW. Really sticking in it and sticking together. That was some really good stacking and into the defense to actually cause a turnover. So not too shabby whatsoever. They're going to get a boost down the floor. And Duke, once again, knocking it loose and getting the disc right back again. But as has often been the case at the midfield, disc getting lost off of a lot of these aggressive plays and these pileups starting to form. And now it will be, it looks like, perhaps offense back to Rin again. For how long? Not too long. As Creamy. Another steal out of there, another sling. But the biggest thing going against their favor right now is just the fact that, you know, they're playing some good midfield defense, causing these turnovers, getting some of these clears, but Mincy is just way back there in that deep midfield, in that back line, basically. And he's able to recover a lot of these clears out of the midfield. So something to watch out for sure, with it being 3v3. And especially with it being 3v3, if nothing else, it's those situations that are almost more conducive to spreading the floor, and I think trying to look for the pass game if they can, because right now, you know, a lot of this 50-50 chaotic play can be really tough to gain rhythm for teams when it goes like that. But yeah, with it being 3v3, you know, like dangers with 4v4 is the fact that you can have multiple lanes, like all 3 lanes covered at once, basically, and still have someone kind of in the front line, as that one's just narrowly offline. But with 3v3, you do have technically more, at least theoretically, more clear, more angles for passes. And, you know, potential open clears. I guess it depends on how aggressive the offense is being. That said, though, Creamy Sodi is still going to get that shot in and cut the lead down to just 4 points. So that's another hit coming the way of MITW. And less than 2 minutes left in this first round. So let's see if they can put together maybe some defense here, cause a quick turnover. And I mean, one goal in the next, you know, 45 to 60 seconds. I mean, it's still going to be anyone's match. It still can be for MITW, still a chance to come back here and, you know, take a lead or force an OT, but they do need to act with some precision and some good decision making at that. So let's see what they play. Here's a little bit of a triangle formation you can see on their side of the floor, looking for those passes. There's Creamy now, right back at him. So I like that 2-man game. That shot, or that pass rather, a bit too strong, so going to be tough to catch. Fortunately, Duke is there for the recovery, sends it deep into the midfield, the back line now, but as was the case before, Minty is just in the way to deny any attempts at that. So, you know, if they do go for those clears, not necessarily a bad thing, but definitely want to make sure that they're going for the quick boost after so that Minty can't get to the disc. That said, Minty not in the way this time. That 3-0 narrowly missing. It's going to be dinged off that post. That is a tough miss, because that would have brought it within just 1 single point with less than a minute left. So we're down to 45 now as these teams just try to recover, and MITW starting to feel a little bit of that pressure, probably a lot of that pressure, in fact, trying to nail this shot, instead getting nailed with the stun from Boggy. And that could, in fact, be a game-winning stun or a round-winning stun at the very least. They're going to try and recover here at the trap, but Laxi is there for another send-out through the tunnel. Creamy with the recovery, 18 seconds left, so there is going to be no time now to get a comeback, but maybe a chance at one more play. Unfortunately, a little bit past the reach of Laxi, as Laxi sends it right back to the shoulder. One more play, a couple seconds left, and Creamy Sodi leaving nothing on the table. Nice hit there to at least get some consolation points and make it oh so very close. But Rinnegan will take the victory in round 1. So 8-6, and we'll go to the score screen here in just a moment. Again, courtesy of Ignite for the stat pulling. Over to the Twitch chats. Wonder asking or mentioning, let's see, the disc curve tournament, if that would be fun. Could be. I don't know. I think people would probably enjoy that. It's a very unique mode, of course, being added as an option in private matches over this last patch that came out a few days back. And yeah, no, I think that could be definitely an original idea. Might be fun. I know there's a lot of variety tournaments going on, of course. You know, VRML 4v4 standard, but in this offseason, I mean, we've seen 2v2s happening in Party League right now. We've seen you know, this 3v3 tournament. I know there's a headbutt league going on right now, headbutt tournament of sorts happening. So you know what? Why not add in disc curving? I think that'd be pretty cool. But that said, round 2. About to get underway. So, once again, I'm Palidore. This is VR Master League presenting this 3v3 tournament, the conclusion of it. This is a semi-finals match between MITW, Mexicans in the Water, versus Rinnegan. Winner of this one will be facing Team LMAO, who we just saw win earlier on the stream about 45 minutes or so ago. And the finals will be held at 7 Eastern time, so another hour and a half from now. So round 2. With that said, underway, and MITW definitely needing to have an effective start here to this one, start getting those passes flowing a little bit, and hope to carry that to a 3rd round. That's a nice pass. That's a nice finish. Creamy Sodi does it again. Had the last shot to close round 1, had the first shot to open round 2. And MITW with a MIT, a mighty fine first play. Got to say. Pawn Stream back in the stream. Welcome to it once again. Hasn't been too long, but you know, glad to have you back. Glad to have me back. Glad to have these teams back. Glad to have Wonder back. And now the Wonder stack from Dragon and co. And they're going to get a partial clear. We'll take some ricochets, and there's a midfielder in the general area. That's Boggy. Getting hit by Duke, rather, though. And off the trench, taking a very gentle roll. The goalie diving out there. That was kind of risky, but read that just precisely enough. Only a split second of time, and that could have been a open 3 going the other way. So, nice delivery there. A quick handoff play to Dragon. Very, very nice team play happening here. The shield, and it will get them the goal. Right over the head, and tied up at 2 apiece. Drag is on, and not dragging his feet whatsoever on that play. Yeah, first round going to Rinnegan. That is correct. You can see the little, by the score where you see like 2-2. Those little boxes indicate round wins for a team. So you can see the little blue dot next to Rinnegan. Just for future reference. I know it's kind of easy to miss. A lot of people miss that when they're new to the streams sometimes. So you wouldn't be the first, and that won't be the last shot we see almost being saved by Minty. But it will be, in fact, MITW. Back up by 2. They were very nice. Alright, so on this launch, it will be Boggy with a duck move. Not really tricking the defender, but still had enough time to get the pass off. And beautiful delivery into the goal. I mean, the pass and the calm finish right before that stack, or that boosted defender was on him. Executed to precision. Gotta love it. It's tied up here, 4 apiece. Very, very close in this round. Punda PC is stopping by in the chat. Welcome, Punda. Glad to have Punda here from VRML and from the OCE community as well. Stopping by. Good to see Punda saying Pawn Stream is everywhere. Yeah, Pawn Stream is on stream. Isn't that neat? But Boggy J here trying to meet the disc halfway through. But Minty will get it. Now send it to Boggy. And that's kind of a wise move. You see, Boggy saw Minty was going to probably get the disc. So instead of piling up, Boggy just waited over at a safe anchor, giving the line of sight on the pass. So that is some very wise team play. Oh, but look at the grab from Duke. Ty Garbs. Call him Duke Ty Grabs as he tries to nab a stack here with his teammate. But unfortunately, a little bit slow to it. A few mishandles. But speaking of mishandles, right now that play beginning to unravel on blue side. Rinnegan losing the disc, and it will go to Duke. Duke sending it over to the bubble, but no one there except Minty. Of course, gonna be some trouble, and now sending it over to the top of the wedge, where it's recovered by Boggy once again. So Boggy through the tunnel, looking to shield off Creamy, but Creamy just a wise tap. And that is what's on tap, showing some good spirits, but right now it's Dragon. Spirit Dragon. It's 4-6 on the scoreboard. And Rinnegan back up by 2, but it's just goal for goal, it would seem, the first half of this second round. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So, Duke trying to send that through, and that stack recovering. Laxi can't be too lax because there's the stacks. And will be Boggy J taking it right back for Rinnegan, maybe looking for some back-to-back goals. You can see Dragon kind of missing that grab and turning around to decide whether to meet his teammate once more, but just opted for the disc instead, and gonna result in a one-on-one save from Duke! Duke almighty, and right now getting it right into that almost pocket. Boggy J, good placement on a very bothered goalie. Great save, great defense from Duke, but unfortunately just kind of outdone by the numbers on the blue side, overwhelming him. Alright, so Duke Tigarbs here is up the floor. Lightly contested there by Boggy. Will lose a disc, but just bounces right back, playing a little bit of yo-yo. And Laxi taking it back. So spreading the floor pretty nicely here, but you can see the defense playing those lanes fairly well, actually, and might cause another turnover. There it is. So pretty impressed here with the defense and the good communication clearly coming in from Rinnegan. Now a lone booster coming right through. Maybe a dose of medicine into the goal, and it's 6 points back up again for Rin again, and Dragon, and shot is good. A couple in a row. I think that may be the first time we've seen some back-to-back goals here, because otherwise it's just been goal for goal ties. 2 apiece, 4 apiece. But yeah, Rinnegan's starting to maybe pull away. 3 minutes left, though, in this second round for MITW to make a comeback of this one and force a third round. Could still happen, and Laxi feeling good on that shot, putting it in kind of the same exact place, really. That we saw, I think it was from Boggy just a couple plays ago, just right in that, not the pocket, but just between the 2 pockets, I guess. I was kind of saying it in some of the streams last week, Party League, for instance, with Strem, how I'm kind of noticing in private matches now, too, that people are getting so good with, being aware on pocket placement when you're shooting on goalies. Sometimes it's almost good to go directly down middle, as that one goes to Laxi. Now, that was kind of down middle, but the problem was a little bit too far out, so Laxi not easing up on the defense and doing a great job there. But I was mentioning that people are so good at painting corners now that every now and then, it's almost a good thing to throw in an unexpected shot down the middle, because it seems like goalies these days are so very aware and almost hyper aware of the pockets that, when players are coming in to try and shoot it somewhere at a goalie, they're kind of preemptively placing their hands more in some corners and trying to wait that out. So, it's the balance of the game, kind of the whole rock, paper, scissors nature of sports and of metas, right? Teams popularize something, or players popularize something, and then eventually teams adjust, and then something else new gets popularized or tweaked a little bit. So it's a lovely thing. Simple game on paper, infinitely Nice 3. Infinitely deep metas, shifting metas, and skill ceilings. So, alright, it's 10-9. And that is a major hit for Duke, Tygarbs, and MITW. Putting Rinnegan here a little bit on their heels, only up by 1, so they're definitely feeling some pressure now to maintain this very, very hairline lead. Look at that recovery here. Duke, Tygarbs taking it away, so he had that last 3-point play through that slice. He got the turnover caused here, and now he's handing it off to Creamy Sodi, so it's still in the mix. If they can get it, Mexicans in the mix. Let's see if they can find that shot for the lead. It's MITW and Mighty Fine looking for that W in round 2. Could it be a late game comeback? We shall see. They've got 43 seconds to answer that question for me. Oh, baby. AXZ or AXN saying that. And that is right. Now AXZ Beast saying, damn, a dang, a dammity dang. I don't know. Right here, though, trying to go for a game-winning goal, perhaps. Rinnegan losing the disc, though, and that's going to be a deep fling. 22 seconds left, and off that shield, or off that backboard and towards the shield. Boggy J taking it back. Another recovery now. Perhaps some danger zone for MITW. Got to be careful. That goal was a bit exposed, so had Rinnegan been a little bit quicker on that stack, which actually they are here, so hold on and hold on tight! Oh, the shot! Just missing and clenching that disc and barely clenching the win. MITW. Oh my. We're going to round 3. 11-10 by the skin, the absolute skin of their teeth. Whatever that phrase means, which, I don't know. That's always been a weird phrase to me. Anyone else? In any case, by the skin of their teeth, somehow squeezing that victory. Like I said a few seconds before that happened, I mean, big risk leaving the goal open like that because of an impending stack from Rinnegan, and they did in fact get the second stack to cause a turnover, but just couldn't hit that shot at the end. Definitely high pressure, and this was a theme in that last stream that we did about an hour ago, where sometimes those open shots in themselves are more difficult just because those are when you're thinking about it more. Now, add on top of that a game or round winning situation. Now you're really thinking about it more, you know? It's human nature gets the best of all of us sometimes. Except, I guess, you know, for the people with the Mamba mentality. I can tell you that I'm not quite that person. I've had some missed shots there at times. Then again, I was never the lead striker for my teams, usually midfielder, but that's neither here nor there. But yes, so with that, I mean, they at least still have the buffer. That is the important thing. Rinnegan, that is. They won the first round, so you know they're still good. If they come out of this joust hot, they come out of this joust not feeling mentally defeated whatsoever, then they should be okay. You know, for still just as effective of a third round. But certainly some momentum going the way of MITW, who do actually get scored on first. Boggy once again puts it home to start off this round. Wonder in the chat saying, see, told you this would be close. Happy that you're right, yeah. Love to see these third round matches all the time happening here on the streams. Super competitive, and indeed those first 2 rounds, they very much were. It was only 2-point differential in the first round, 1-point differential in the second. All right, now looking for some great passing. Just 2-man game here from Nest to side to Nest again, and now back to the bow tie. Creamy Sodi holding that disc and looking for a bouncer perhaps, but reading that well was Boggy. You know, well-placed bounce pass, but problem is with the bounce passes at times, as we see, a open 3 just missing, and the recovery maybe from Orange Team. Thing with those bouncers, though, obviously, is once it hits the wall, it does take some speed off that disc. So, you know, if it's a really long bounce, even if you throw it with some good speed and strength, you know, the longer the bounce, the easier it is at times for that defense to dive out on it. They have more time to do so and more time to read it. That said, though, we're back in the offense here for MITW, trying to rebuttal with a tie-up here. 2 minutes into the third and final round of this. The winner, of course, advancing on to the finals. Let's see, though. Duke gets the oop. Not a problem at all. Just effective dive right into the goal. Yeah, chat pointing out there after the comeback. Don't know which team to bet on at this point. It's definitely a big question because the first 2 rounds were extremely close. But anytime you lose kind of late game leads like that, as Dragon, I don't know why I said that. Dragon gets it in. Anytime you feel like you have a good buffer, like Rinnegan in round 2, where they were up by what 4 points or 6 points with a minute or 2 left, to see that lead evaporate when you feel like you maybe have a victory in the pocket. It can definitely be damaging, towards the mentality. So something to keep in mind. But that said, they're still looking pretty collected here so far. In fact, they will collect the disc again. Dragon, here they go. And maybe an open goal. There's a stun from Boggy. Boggy anchoring and making it one way or the other. I'm not sure that was the intended route. But, hey, the intended results are what matters. And certainly, that's a good shot. 2 points granted. 8m2, so not quite able to get that extra point for the 7-2 lead, but they will have the 6-2 advantage nonetheless. As this rollout goes away to Creamy. Creamy right over the hands there towards Laxi. Laxi with 2 defenders in the bubble will try and dodge around Boggy, but no success there, unfortunately for him. Duke with a recovery, but again, there's a Boggy in the way. And again, there's a Boggy in the way. Stun after stun and almost a mid-court mail slot. So driving it on in off this cross attempt, maybe expecting a cut instead. Boggy trying to recover, but just gets stunned in as well. So a dose of his own medicine will immediately go for the boost there with Dragon. All the meanwhile, 2 players here for MITW trying to recover, and 1 in the midfield. So midfielder Laxi getting it right back at them, but you can see Boggy doing a good job at these leeches, not getting too caught up in the brawls or, distracted by risky stuns. And nonetheless, over here though, Boggy with a attempted clear, but you can see even off of that missed clear, they immediately boosted and they got it back. And that's how you make up for every mistake. You just boost. You make up for errors with speed. And it can really net you a lot of fantastic opportunities, as we often see. Ah, commentary. That's me, and that's also you over there in the Twitch chat. Welcome to it. Saying, hey, y'all. Welcome. Glad to have commentary on the Twitch chat as well as the stream. And over by the cloud, a recovery there for the open 3 again. So we've seen that goal left open a couple times, but the risk really hasn't played against MITW in these 2 rounds, thus far at least. So here we go. Boggy, a bounce pass attempt here again to midfield. That's going to be recovered though by Duke. Duke over to Creamy. And Sodi getting stunned. Meanwhile, Boggy, there it is. The leech and the teach on the goal. So definitely pay attention to what Boggy's doing. Just whether it was on the clear earlier on this side of the floor, the missed clear on his part, or whether it's other clears and shots on the on this side of the floor. Boggy's all over the place, and he's not getting too caught up in unnecessary stuns. Sometimes stuns are good, but other times a leech is just better, less risky. If you can get the speed over your opponent and just get that nice grab, leave them in the dust, that's as important as anything. And Boggy is just getting a lot of opportunities because of that, not getting too caught up. So Boggy gets his own rebound, just gonna bounce it high. That's gonna bounce right back up. And maybe a third recovery? But no, that's gonna be let loose. See, there you go, there's the punches. But you see, he punches when it's right to punch because those players weren't boosting around or anything. So, punch made more sense at that occasion. And really just allowed his teammates some ample opportunity to collect the disc and find their next goal. High percentage, maybe. Because they're up by 6 points here as the pass goes over to Boggy. Just missing that one. But another self-rebound. Look at that. Just so convenient. Coming right back to Boggy again. They're up by 8. So definitely looking like Rinnegan has, put their foot down after that comeback that they had allowed / MITW had earned. I mean, it was a well-fought comeback in round 2, but round 3, I mean, Rinnegan making a statement showing that they're not bothered by it. And look at, now they're just playing it slow. They're playing it patient. Their side of the floor, they're not, they're not forcing things when they can help it. This time forced into a clear, but you can see it's because they basically had to pull, they pulled out all 3 of the defenders for MITW into the deep midfield. So that's kind of the whole thing about stalling, and especially in 3v3, which was probably even a stronger tactic in 3v3 than it was in 4v4 at times, just because of the extra space that you have with 3v3. It's just a little bit easier to stall at times. It was a big part of the meta. So I really like that heady play being shown by Rinnegan, just being in control and recognizing the fact they might have this one in the books, especially as we wind down this 3rd round. 2 minutes left. That bounce, yet again, close. We've seen, I don't even know, 4 or 5 of those across this match as well as the last match. Here's another one. Like, you see what I mean? All these shots nearly in, off these long flings. Dragon, the guarantee, riding in on his wings for the 10-point lead. Pyro Games UK in there saying, what's this? So many different games casted. Yes, indeed. This one, 3v3 tournament, organized by Stoompa, Burnsy, T2, and Wonder T-Man. And just presented by us here at VRML. As, been the case in the off-season. We're happy to do these streams for the community. And I'll get a nice extra production and visibility and such, and, really make good use of the VRML reach and the VRML off-season, when we don't have these daily games going on because of the off-season. So happy to do these community tourneys and just present it the best way that we can as they're going for the 3-point shot there. Maybe just a pass, either or. It's going to get to the hands of Boggy, who puts it home. 14-2. But yeah, same thing. We have the Snowflake Cup, organized by Hasco and VR Community Builders, and that's going to be casted this coming weekend as well on VRML. Now, of course, other channels are free to stream on their channels just the same, but, for those who want VRML to present it and cast it, we're here for you. Get it all under the umbrella, and I don't know, just a nice harmony. Because I must admit, speaking from experience now, I much prefer the casting portions over the organizational portions. So, hey, with that though, a 3rd round closure. Rinnegan is gonna pull ahead and secure their spot in the finals very nicely, 14-2. And yeah, just a statement match. Statement round after rounds 1 and 2 were so close. Just a few points separating these teams in the first couple. But Rinnegan, yeah, what can you say? They turned it up when they needed to. So, with that, take a look at the match stats once more, powered by Ignite. And it was Dragon with 14 points, 3 assists, 1 save, 2 steals, 47 stuns. Minty with a pair of assists and 15 stuns. Boggy J with 18 points, leading the way, and 4 assists as well, as 2 saves and 44 stuns. Boggy had a monster game, without a doubt. Over on the side of MITW, Mexicans in the water, it was 6 points for Creamy Sody, 2 assists, 1 save, 1 steal, and 52 stuns. For Duke Tygarbs, 7 points, 2 assists, 3 saves, 1 steal, and 20 stuns. And for Laxi, 2 points, 2 assists, 4 saves, and 19 stuns. Honestly, really good team play and, even distribution there. I mean, everyone with really similar stat lines on MITW. Especially in, points, assists, I mean, steal, save, everyone putting in multiple stats there in those categories, but it was just, overwhelming offense from Rinnegan, especially in that third, to pull ahead, and it was nicely done. So congrats to Red again. They are going to go on to face in the finals of this 3v3 tournament. Team LMAO. And that will be coming up at 7 Eastern Time. So another 1 hour from now, it seems. 1 hour and 3 minutes. So yeah, we'll be back here with that stream. Excited to see it. Excited to stream it and cast it. So you guys definitely come back in the next hour. And we will be here for the conclusion of this great tournament here of this weekend. Again, leading all up into the third season of VRML starting on January 4th. So good job to all involved there, Lufu says. Thank you to our sponsors in Pro2 VR, VR Cover, Rebuff Reality, Fixed Gaming, VRware.net, and our newest sponsors in Asterion Products, and HyperX. And to everyone there in the Twitch chat, thank you for joining once again. I've been Palidore, this has been VRML, and tune in an hour from now for the finals. But until then, be happy, be healthy, be safe, and be good to each other, of course. And I'll see you again pretty dang soon.